Hello again, I'm Rob. This is the January-February update of the video diary, showing some of the changes that are going on in my part of the forest. So come and join me. We had a cold start to the year with a heavy frost on New Year's Day. It was a real wintry scene. Even the spiders had cold feet. No sooner had the year started than we went into another COVID lockdown. The hospitality industry closed down again, and non-essential shops and services were all closed again. Winter is always a bad time for animal deaths on the forest roads, and this year was no exception. The New Forest Park Authority put up new signage to highlight the need to take care. Many of the commoners who own the ponies put reflective collars on their animals. But the main message from my friend here is this. We had one named storm in January, Storm Christoph. Although we had a lot of rain, the New Forest got off very lightly compared to other parts of the country. This pig enjoyed the mud though. Since we've been locked in for large parts of the last year, many of us have been ordering more stuff online. Amazon's very pleased. When you walk through the forest, you might come across trees that look like this. These are marked to be felled. Pine trees grown in the forest are not native species and are grown as a crop. These are felled when they're mature, though some are usually left to grow on. The cleared area will normally self-seed with native species or be replanted. The wood is mainly used in the construction industry and to make paper. These days, a lot of that paper is recycled into cardboard. Those boxes that are being delivered to you with your online orders have got to come from somewhere. At the end of January and early February, the weather was quite warm. Some of the birds thought spring had arrived and started to sing. Here's a couple of favourites that you might hear in your own garden. Towards the middle of February, the cold weather returned. The birds realised that spring hadn't quite arrived yet and stopped singing. The New Forest again escaped the worst of the snow, but the temperature did still fall to -6 at one point, which is plenty cold enough. Food was in short supply for the ponies. Some of them eat the prickly holly leaves. They seem to manage to chew it up okay. In the New Forest, we have several award-winning vineyards. During 2021, we're going to be following the progress at one of these vineyards. Brook Hill Vineyard is owned and run by Ian and Amanda Brown. Their grapes are hand-picked, crushed and fermented in their own winery to make a range of award-winning still and sparkling wines. It's mid-February now and the vines, over 2,500 of them, need to be pruned. The grapes grow on this year's growth, so much of the previous year's growth has to be removed. Here we see Ian starting the pruning. This style of pruning is known as double guillot. 2 of last year's shoots are retained, and these are trained along horizontal wires. This year's shoots will grow from these. And here we see a before and after. We'll be back next time in April to see if the buds have burst yet. In the winter, we can see where the birds nested last summer. When they built their nests, of course, the leaves hid them from predators. We can see the lichens that grow on some of the branches. and the ferns growing in the moss on the trunks of some of the trees. The wildlife is often easier to spot too in the winter. Here's a fallow deer. And here's one of my favourite birds. This is the Goldcrest, Britain's smallest bird. You can often see them flitting around on the dead bracken in the undergrowth. This isn't me holding the Goldcrest here. This is a stock photo which I've included to show you the Goldcrest size. They're tiny. Towards the end of February, signs that spring was really just around the corner began to appear everywhere. Let's hope that March doesn't let us down. The next update of the video diary will come out at the end of April. Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to help it grow. Thanks for watching.